At first glance, the Galaxy Buds Plus aren't all that different from last year's Galaxy Buds. But the Galaxy Buds Plus are way more refined this time around, making them the obvious choice if you've got a Samsung device. And they're also a very good first option to consider if you have any other Android device. So let's see what's new with the Galaxy Buds Plus and if it's worth upgrading if you already have last year's Galaxy Buds. So the first most obvious new thing about the Galaxy Buds Plus is their price. The original Galaxy Buds used to retail for $130 when they first came out. A real bargain when compared to their direct competitors and if you took their feature set into consideration. But now, the Galaxy Buds Plus retail for $150, which is still undercutting their main competitors by like 10 or 20 bucks. And personally, I do think the Galaxy Buds Plus are still more than reasonable at the new $150 price point. So, if you want to pick these earbuds up, they'll be linked down below. So, carrying case wise, the Galaxy Buds and Galaxy Buds Plus are basically identical. The Galaxy Buds Plus have a very small carrying case, which makes taking these earbuds on the go with you hassle-free, and you barely notice this carrying case when it's in your pocket, which is a good thing. But the Galaxy Buds Plus now has a glossy carrying case similar to the AirPods and AirPods Pro carrying case. And personally, I actually prefer the original Galaxy Buds matte finish carrying case because I feel it has done a much better job of standing up to wear and tear when compared to the glossy carrying cases of my AirPods and AirPods Pro. So I think it's safe to assume that the Galaxy Buds Plus glossy carrying case is going to get scratched and smudged much easier as time goes on. But there are two other small differences that I want to point out about this new carrying case. First off, the lid on the Galaxy Buds Plus now has a constant tension to it whenever you open and close it instead of having a distinct locking point like on the original Galaxy Buds. Personally, I don't mind either one, but I think this is Samsung's way of trying to make you think that the Galaxy Buds Plus feel more premium. But more importantly, the case on the Galaxy Buds Plus has slightly stronger magnets this time around, which makes putting your earbuds back into the case a little easier, and they feel like they're much better secured, which personally I really like. But now this leads us to the battery life on these earbuds, which I think is the most important improvement found on the Galaxy Buds Plus. Now, the Galaxy Buds Plus now have a combined battery life of 22 hours. The earbuds themselves can go for 11 straight hours, and the carrying case can supply an additional 11 hours of battery life. And just like before, the Galaxy Buds Plus still have wireless charging. So if you need to, you can always charge your earbuds with your Galaxy device if you have power sharing. Now, the Galaxy Buds Plus 22-hour battery life is a big improvement over last year's Galaxy Buds 13-hour battery life. Now, the Galaxy Buds Plus 22-hour battery life isn't industry leading or anything, but they can at least keep up with the AirPods and AirPods Pro, which both have a 24-hour battery life, and the Jabra Elite 75Ts, which have a combined battery life of 28 hours. But regardless, I really do think that for 2020, we're going to see the industry standard for battery life on truly wireless earbuds go up from 15 hours to 24 hours, which is great. And I really do think that this puts the ball in Apple's court to improve the battery life on their new AirPods, because for the longest, AirPods had an above average battery life of 24 hours. So maybe for the AirPods 3, we might see a battery life around 30 or maybe 35 hours. At least, I hope. Now, when it comes to fit, personally, I think the Galaxy Buds Plus fit a little better than the original Galaxy Buds, specifically because of their ear tips. I can't help but notice that the new ear tips are just a little grippier, giving the Galaxy Buds Plus a slightly better lockdown feel. So I find myself readjusting the Galaxy Buds Plus a little less often. But everything else is basically identical to the original Galaxy Buds. The Galaxy Buds Plus go in a good amount into your ear canal. They don't go in super deep like the earbuds on the Sony WF-1000 XM3s, and they also don't just rest on the edge of your ear canal like the AirPods Pro. The Galaxy Buds have a very standard fit to them. Now, you can use the included ear fins to get a better lockdown with these earbuds, but just keep in mind these ear fins don't work for everybody, specifically if you have larger ear canals. But overall, I do think the Galaxy Buds Plus fit a little better than the Galaxy Buds, mainly because of their new ear tips. Now, when it comes to Bluetooth connectivity, just like before, each earbud on the Galaxy Buds Plus establishes a connection with your phone. So if you want to use just one earbud at a time, you can use either one. You don't got to worry about selecting the correct earbud like on some other cheaper or older truly wireless earbuds out there. And overall, the Bluetooth connectivity on these earbuds is basically perfect. There haven't been any dropout issues, and you get zero latency across the board whenever you're watching movies or videos on your phone, whether you're using any Android device or even an iPhone. Now, when it comes to listening to music with these earbuds, another upgrade that Samsung claims about these earbuds is that they sound better than the original. And I actually can confirm that. These earbuds have a noticeably better bass response and they sound a lot more open compared to the originals, which were a lot more mids dominant. Now, even though these earbuds do have an adjustable EQ, personally, I think these earbuds sound best when they're set to clear. I mean, at the end of the day, these are AKG earbuds. Now, they don't sound as good as the Sennheiser Momentums or Sony WF-1000 XM3s, but these do sound better than the AirPods thanks to their silicone ear tips, and I want to say these earbuds sound very similar to the AirPods Pro, with one major difference. Now, both the Galaxy Buds Plus and AirPods Pro have very similar sound stages and relatively the same instrument separation. But the biggest difference between the AirPods Pro and Galaxy Buds is that the bass on the AirPods Pro just doesn't resonate like the bass on the Galaxy Buds Plus. So overall, the Galaxy Buds Plus do sound more fun to listen to. So I am willing to say that the Galaxy Buds Plus sound better than the AirPods Pro. But nonetheless, I would still feel more comfortable recommending the Galaxy Buds Plus to someone who appreciates a neutral sound signature, or if they like to put more of an emphasis on mids and vocals. Now, when it comes to controlling music playback, just like before, the Galaxy Buds Plus have touchpads on each earbud. And overall, these touchpads are very easy to use and they're very accurate. You get full control over your music directly from your earbuds. So you can play or pause your music, you can skip through your music, or you can even adjust your volume, all without having to take your phone out of your pocket. You can even go into the Lab tab and activate the double tap earbuds edge option, something that isn't available on the original Galaxy Buds. So you can press and hold on either earbud to toggle ambient mode or activate your voice assistant, which is very useful, but still be able to adjust the volume of your music directly from your earbuds without having to sacrifice the latter. And this actually works surprisingly well. But if you're someone that doesn't like touchpads on the earbuds, or even if you're a little apprehensive about dealing with touchpads on your earbuds, then I would recommend that you stay away from these earbuds. Even though the touchpads on these earbuds are very easy to use and they're very accurate, they're also very sensitive. So anytime that I go in to adjust these earbuds, I end up doing something that I didn't mean to, like either pausing my music or skipping a track. So I really do think Samsung still has to find that sweet spot when it comes to their touchpad detection. Now, the last major thing that Samsung added to their new Galaxy Buds Plus is that they now have a new microphone array. Because if you look closely, you'll see that the Galaxy Buds Plus have two microphone holes instead of one microphone hole, like on the original Galaxy Buds. And overall, yeah, Galaxy Buds Plus are decent for phone calls. But I wouldn't say that they sound all that different from the original Galaxy Buds. Now, in my testing, I did notice that the microphone on the original Galaxy Buds really likes to change its gain very frequently, making it sound like you're going in and out. Whereas with the Galaxy Buds Plus, it still happens, but not as much. So I really hope that Samsung fixes this through a software update. But when compared to AirPods and AirPods Pro, I still think Apple's earbuds sound better, mainly because there isn't any fluctuation mid-conversation at all. Because quite frankly, the constant fluctuation on the Galaxy Buds Plus can be a little distracting. But nonetheless, the Galaxy Buds Plus are definitely still usable for phone calls. But finally, let's address the elephant in the room. A lot of people are upset that the new Galaxy Buds Plus don't have active noise cancellation. And personally, I don't really care that much for ANC on earbuds because they don't block out nearly as much noise as a proper pair of ANC headphones. For me, what really matters on truly wireless earbuds is the quality of their ambient mode. And the ambient mode on the Galaxy Buds Plus has also been improved over the ambient mode on the original Galaxy Buds. The Galaxy Buds Plus have significantly less hissing in the background compared to the original Galaxy Buds. It's still there, but you really gotta focus to hear it and have ambient mode set to high. Now, I also want to quickly address the extra high ambient mode on these earbuds tucked away in the lab tab that I mentioned earlier. In short, don't turn it on because you're going to end up getting a lot of feedback. And personally, for me, I just like to keep the ambient mode on these earbuds set to medium. Now, overall, the ambient mode on these earbuds is decent and there are some important upgrades to point out, but I still have some critiques. First off, the ambient mode on these earbuds does sound very artificial, specifically because they really like to pick up your voice when you're talking, and they also pick up everything. So unnecessary things like keyboard typing, the ruffling of your clothes, and even footsteps are just over amplified. Because for comparison, a lot of other earbuds with ambient modes do a much better job of ignoring your voice and unwanted noise pollution, and instead prioritize other people's voices and let in a reduced amount of noise pollution. Surprisingly, the original Galaxy Buds does a better job of differentiating what kind of ambient noise to let in. The ambient mode on the original Galaxy Buds does sound more natural in my opinion. The only thing holding it back is the constant hissing in the background at higher volumes. But the biggest critique that I have about the Galaxy Buds Plus is that these earbuds pick up a lot of wind noise. Chances are, if you're walking outdoors with these earbuds, they're going to pick up wind noise, even if it's not all that windy outside. But while I was walking outdoors with the Galaxy Buds Plus, I also noticed that their ambient mode is active, something that isn't a standard feature on current earbuds and headphones. So what I mean by having an active ambient mode is that the Galaxy Buds Plus will block out sudden spikes of loud noises, like let's say a dog barking or an ambulance driving by, saving you from sudden jump scares or saving you from just having this super loud noise blaring directly into your eardrum. And personally, I really like this because even the AirPods Pro don't have an active ambient mode. So overall, the ambient mode on the Galaxy Buds Plus has the potential to be great. It's active, so it saves you from sudden jump scares, but it could still sound better because it does sound very artificial, and they also like to pick up a lot of wind noise. Because for comparison, the ambient mode on the AirPods Pro pick up almost zero wind noise thanks to the mesh covering their microphones, and they also sound way more natural. But overall, the Galaxy Buds Plus are a decent pair of truly wireless earbuds, and I really like to see all of the refinement the Samsung put into them. And just like before, if you're a Samsung user, then the Galaxy Buds Plus are a no-brainer. They now have a 22-hour battery life, so you should be able to go about 4 days in between charges with them. But if you have power sharing, then you can just top them off with your phone. And they do sound better, but I would recommend these earbuds to someone who prefers a neutral sound signature or if they like to put an emphasis on the mids. After all, these are tuned by AKG. Now, is it worth upgrading from the Galaxy Buds to the Galaxy Buds Plus? Well, if you've had your Galaxy Buds since they first came out, you're probably starting to notice some battery degradation. And if that's the case, then yeah, I would upgrade. But if your Galaxy Buds are working just fine, and if you don't mind charging your earbuds on a more frequent basis, then I wouldn't rush out and upgrade. But even if you don't have a Galaxy whatever, I think these earbuds pair very nicely with my Pixel 4. Now, if you're an iPhone user, I wouldn't recommend that you get the Galaxy Buds over AirPods or AirPods Pro. Even though the Galaxy Buds Plus now plays nice with iPhone thanks to their new app, you still end up making some significant sacrifices. First off, you end up losing Hey Siri support, which I think is a big deal. But also, if you don't already have a wireless charger, then you're gonna have to charge your phone and earbuds with 2 separate cables, which is just barbaric in 2020. So I still maintain that AirPods and AirPods Pro are still the best default options for iPhone users. But like I mentioned earlier, if you've got a Galaxy whatever, these are a no-brainer. And even if you have any other Android device, the Galaxy Buds Plus are a good first option to consider. If you made it this far, I guess you enjoyed the video, so hit that like button and get subscribed. It helps out more than you realize. If you want to pick any of the products up mentioned in this video, those will be linked in the description down below, and you can also support the channel by checking out the merch store. But other than that, I'll catch you next time.